falling for the emptiness machine, the emptiness machine.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts.
Spencer Schrader is the kickoff for Indianapolis.
Spencer Schrader is going to have the honor of getting us started. And here we go from Indy. On the return, it's Jalen Noel. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And the power play up the gun only results in 2 yards.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now, second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
And the defense making a play on this opening series. That one is knocked away, and that brings up 3rd down.
I don't think there's any question about it. You could see right from the jump here, the point of emphasis with this coaching staff. Be active with your hands, not just one guy. All these guys are flying around and so actively, aggressively looking for that impact play.
Got his man. This is Noel. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll run the draw with Mixon. Still has some space inside the 35. And he is down to the 30-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be first down, Houston.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Mixon on the toss. Gets it to the 15. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown.
Okay, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. All right, so we'll get this up to about the 30 before he goes out of bounds.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready, check.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Ready.
They're going to run here. Kyle Monunga. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from first down in just one play. Get that big play potential on the ground. Jeez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. There's a pause now. Somebody hurt on that play, and this is one to keep an eye on. It's Jonathan Taylor who's shaken up.
Ready.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the gun, Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the 2nd straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Not an enviable spot as they come up 3rd and long.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Third and long for him here. His first throw is an interception. And the Texans get it back on his 6th interception of the season. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on the opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
At the 14-yard line.
Running with Mixon out of the gun. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing it on 2nd down. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here we go, set.
From the gun on 3rd down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw. How about that? He gets to add a field goal to his extra point. And 2 series in, he knows he's played a big role in this one.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set. 1st and 10.
Ready, set, go.
Back to work after throwing the pick. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
No real secret. They were going to get him and his height involved early there, Kate. The secret was how is it going to be defended? Well, they chose to go physical. And that will plant a little thought in his mind. The next time the ball comes his way, he better be ready for some contact.
Come on, set.
Jackson now on 3rd. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Texans take over on his 5th interception of the season. Texans to the line. 1st and 10. Mixon on the counter. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. And it's not just you quarterbacks, Brock Huard, who got to have short memories. You tell me this too. Defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Goal to go, it's a pass play. Another kick bounces off their hands in the end zone, Brock. Back-to-back chances to escape the field, and they dropped both interceptions. Lucky that didn't end as an interception. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one. They'll work against the blitz. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans parlay the interception into points. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock. Getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s when we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. Jukes away from one. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30.
Ready, set.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10.
Ready.
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Design run, Jackson keeping it. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Results in a 4th down.
Fields this at the 19. And he's going to set him up with a pretty short field here, Brock, after getting a big chunk on that return.
The Texans take over 1st and 10. At the 47
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Connection made to Dell. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. It's an early advantage for the Texans. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. 1st and 10 are on to Mixon. Bringing their full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
2nd and 10, back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. He's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him on the route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And the shotgun, a gift to Mixon. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans could push this to a 4-score game as they take a 23-point lead. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans make it a 24-point ball game.
It's nothing. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go.
70 Lions.
Here's Taylor from the pistol. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 7 yards on that pickup. And it'll be first down Colts.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for first and 10.
This is thrown towards a defender instead, man. He's the one who makes a play on the football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10 now from the 36.
Ready? Stretch the eagle.
Lamar's going to keep this one. And they'll pitch it out to him. Galloping inside the 40. And this is all the way to the 13-yard line.
It's a gain of 52 yards. And the Colts first down. First and 10.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got first and 10 inside the red zone. From the gun, Taylor. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got second and 11. That goose egg up on the scoreboard, Brock, is not going away anytime soon if they keep having plays like that.
They really need something. An injection of energy here. Nothing will take the spark out of a series quite like getting stuck for a loss.
Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it's going to be third and long. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, kid. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, and let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. The Colts are going to turn to their kicker, Spencer Schrader, for the field goal try. From the left hash, about 31 yards out. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that lowers the lead to 21.
You always feel like you leave a 3 points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
He stopped on the run back at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's first and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Back now, pressure coming. Cox, this is Noel. The 30. Gets the 10. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans ballooning the first half lead even further. Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans grow their lead yet again. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Starting from the 5. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this first and 10. Looking to throw, Jackson. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9 at the 20-yard line.
It'll be second down and 9, but not just yet. It's only a couple of minutes to go in our first half. More from Lucas Oil Stadium after this. They'll come to the line here, second and 9. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Behind the line, he lost that football. But I believe somebody on the Colts got to it first. They're luckily hanging on to the football. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble they just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next. You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And that'll hit and get out of bounds. Left some meat on the bone with that one.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
Go! Like ready.
Setting him on the dime. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains in next week.
He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross.
That's a gain of 4.
About six. This is 3rd and 5. Back to the well again. On 3rd down, they wind up going the wrong way. That one goes backwards.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
At their own 22-yard line.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, and to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
For a second, we both thought he'd get the first, but he winds up being just shy of it. Gain of 8, 3rd down. Offense headed to the line. Just need to punch it forward a yard to reset the downs. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
It has been a tough slog for them to keep up at any point in this game. And failing to convert on that 3rd down, yet another symptom of the overall illness of the day.
Nice punch here, up and angled towards the sideline. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Texans to the line, 1st and 10. Dive play straight ahead. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Another carry for him. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. That was JT Tuimolo out there for the stop.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
Extra man in the secondary for the Colts now, 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. Hits his tight end on the corner route. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go, 1st down.
Check go.
Here's a toss running left. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. Gain of 15 there. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
First down, Houston.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And some solid block in there, springs him for 8. It's going to be second down.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Dell now in motion right. They give it to him again. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up.
No gain on the play.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Here's the give on third and short. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going to the ground again on first. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So he can only get back to the line as the defense all over this one.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they're ready for him at the line. Couldn't manage anything there.
Tackle made at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of
It's
a
in the
yard.
nickel set on third.
And it's third down.
They'll air it out on third. The right side, Nolan has it. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They send the tight end in motion.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll try and punch it in. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Here's second and goal from the 6.
Go!
He gets it again. And this defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. He gets him halfway there with a 3-yard gain. They'll need 3 more on third and goal.
It's now third and goal.
Third time's the charm. He gets it again. The stand continues. This one doesn't even make it back to the line, Brock, and it sets up fourth and goal. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over. Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this fourth down. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And the lead continues to grow and grow.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, first and 10.
Come on.
We'll start on the ground. Taylor. He danced away from one tackle, but unable to dance away from the rest of the defense. No gain on that play. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. Dulcich hauls it in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or what make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
Third down here, need 8 on the play.
Here we go. Panther 11.
Third and long, they're going to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Now, can't blame him looking at that scoreboard, right? Might as well go for this on fourth down.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Desperation time here. He's got it, complete to Downs. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what they call staring down the gun barrel. You know as a quarterback, you're about to get absolutely blasted. You've got to deliver an accurate throw just like that.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gained about 8, 2nd down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
60 Bison. Go.
On the draw, this is Taylor. They stop him just in time. He got it back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. 3rd down coming up.
Hey, as much as I love talking about these physical matchups, right now this is psychological. This adds some layers to this 3rd down call. Do you try your hand at another run and hope it fares better? Tough to go back to it again when it just gets stuffed.
And he won't get back to the line, Brock. They needed one, but they're going to lose one on that play. It's 4th down.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
He gets 16 yards on that play. And that is good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And his progress is soft, but a nice 5-yard gain before it was.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Now Jackson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And he will not get the 1st, but oh, this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. 3rd down. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Colts trying to do some window dressing. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That one nabbed by Warren. He has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts putting up points in a game decided. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. Now a give on the counter. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
That counter could never get started. Good chance someone on that line telegraphed that play because the defense was all over it. Fortunate just to make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that 2nd down run.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
And that run's held up just before he can get the last bit he needed. It's going to be 4th and short. The Texans set to punt. And thankfully, he hasn't been needed until the final quarter. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. Now he starts from the 6. Fights his way through a tackle. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. So the Texans come away with a road win. And this streak will live to see another week as they take down yet another opponent over Brock. What has been an incredible stretch of games for them. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Indy.